Peace, power, and prosperity, family. This is Amir, the Chicago crypto hustler, Bitcoin block bully, coming to you once again. What's going on, family? How we doing, YouTube world? New Money Matrix podcast tuning in right now, and going live tonight. Going to be taking a look at MakerCoin, who is currently number 16 on the coin market cap. Definitely has worked his way up through the ranks. I can remember seeing this coin down in the 20s, the 30s. Now, the thing about it, we've been seeing this coin on the biggest gainers list and whatnot for over a year now, if not at least going on a year. And I can remember looking at it. I mean, it was up $1,500, $1,400. In fact, let's see exactly what type of price fluctuation it's had. Let's see. Let's look at coin. Let's use coin signals. Use coin signals and look at the graph real quick. I got a couple of stories I'm going to be bringing. Then we're going to be going through the platform itself. This is mixing. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Maker. Let's see, Maker. Let's look at Maker versus. Let's look at Maker versus dollar first. Let me see. Let me break it. This is a weekly. Okay. Okay. Very nice. This is a weekly chart. And then let's look at Maker versus Bitcoin. Let me see if there's a difference. Very huge difference. Actually, Maker hitting this highest highs right now versus BTC. For those that are able to look, let's look at Maker versus Ethereum. Pretty much a double top when we look at it versus Ethereum. We got a double top when we versus Ethereum. Is this coin? Coin bit listings high. I don't know what that is. Let me get rid of that. Let me see. Right now we're looking at Maker versus Ethereum. Maker versus a chart. Let's go back. Let's look at a weekly. So that's the weekly chart of Maker versus Ethereum. You can see, man, nice. June 2018. Very nice takeoff. Let me see. We got graph going back to January of 2017. Wow. Wow. So this thing's been here for the whole run. The great FOMO. Now, what we're looking at right here, remember, this was around the time of the highest prices of Ethereum, Bitcoin, a lot of other tokens. But when we look at Maker, it's actually in this lowest form right here. Let's see. Okay, you can see versus the dollar, we were at our highest, and right now we're pretty much trying to get back over these levels. Okay, so we got, let me see, this is a weekly. Let's look at our weekly support levels real quick. I mean, resistance, excuse me. So we have support at 711, 304 support, 711 resistance. We have another level of it's around $489. Overall, Maker has been performing very, very well. When you really get into the dynamics of the coin itself and what the platform has going on, it's quite amazing. We're gonna head over. Let's see. In fact, you know what? Let me look at this on Live Coin Watch. I mean, it's cool looking at it on CoinMarketCap, but Live Coin Watch gives us so much more information to go off of. Look at MKR. There we go. Now, the coin is called MakerDao. A DAO is, or DAO, is a decentralized autonomous organization, or an organization that is basically ran and or represented by code or a computer program, and then the community works off of that code and what was set in place in it. So let's see. Right now, $660. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So the all-time high of Maker was $1,890. We're down 64% from the all-time high. We got a 24-hour volume, 24-hour range of 6.40%. Over the last 30 days, Maker in fiat has seen an increase of 52.89%. Over the last 7 days, 17% gains. Over the last 24 hours, 4.5%. That's in fiat. You got 37% gains over the last 30 days in Bitcoin and 24% gains over the last 30 days in Ethereum. Let's see how the graph is looking down here. Okay. This is today. This is the week. Now, I want you to, for those that are able to view, in the background, you'll see the dark bars. That is actually the volume. You can see the amount of volume that has been coming in or going out. let's see, yes, this week, this month, this quarter. Wow, we had very, very, very high volume on Maker at the beginning of January. Very high volume. Interesting. This year, damn. Look at the volume in January. Wow. We went as high as, let me see. That's the okay. This thing was up in January, up over $35 million worth of volume. Or 350. There we go. No, 37 million. Yeah. $37 million in volume back in January with Maker. I wonder what was going on. Hopefully we'll be able to find out in our review of the coin itself. Now, we got a story that was released February 16th, which is just a couple of days ago. We're about 4 days shy. But 4 days past the release of this story, and it's entitled Maker's MKR Crypto Outperforms in February with 37% gain. The Ethereum-based token Maker, MKR, is outperforming the broader markets with a 37% gain so far in February. Ranked number 16th by market capitalization on CoinMarketCap, one MKR was valued at 4.6 Ethereum on February 14th, the highest level since October 8th, and was last valued at 4.37 Ethereum. The pullback is likely associated with profit taking following a jump to 129-day highs. Hold on, let me see something. Let me. How would I? Okay, what I'm trying to do. Let me see. I'm trying to tune in so I know if I got anybody. Let me see. I may be able. Oh no, I know how I can do it. My apologies. I know how I can do it. Okay, so what I want, basically what I want to do, I want to because I can't see the YouTube chat right now. So let me see, not on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up YouTube chat real quick. That way I can follow along with any individuals that are tuning in with me. You know what I mean? I definitely want to be able to interact with anybody that may be asking any type of questions. What's going on, family? How we doing out there? How we doing? We got BTC King tuning in. Smells Goods. I'm at page 1, ground zero, first step, but I'm following to soon invest. Okay, no doubt. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, brother Kennedy? What's going on? BTC Kennedy and Smells Goods. What's going on? How we doing out there, family? All right, so let's get back now. Hold on. What are we looking at here? Oh, okay. I know why it's looking like that. Okay. Hold on. Let me. There we go. All right. Now moving right along. Moving right along. Let me make sure everything is. Yep, everything's recording. Yes, we are good on the New Money Matrix podcast. All right. Moving right along with the story. Ranked number 16 by market capitalization on CoinMarketCap. One MKR was valued at 4.6 ETH on February 14th, the highest level since October 18th, and was last valued at 4.37 Ethereum. The pullback is likely associated with profit taken following a jump to 129-day highs. MakerDao is a smart contract platform on the Ethereum blockchain, backed by the value of DAI, or DAI, its native stablecoin, which is backed by Ether and is soft pegged to the U1 USD through a system of collateralized debt positions. And I'm going to go through exactly what they're speaking on in a few. This loan payment system uses Ethereum's ETH token as collateral, necessary for the governance of DAI throughout the Maker ecosystem. Let's see exactly what DAI, if we can, let's see exactly what DAI stands for. Now, what we're going to look at real quick, let's bring up DAI on Live Coin Watch. So I want to show you something. Even though this is a stable coin, you see the amount of volume that's been coming in this thing, it's actually ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous, but a very, very good sign at the usage of it. So let's see. Look at that. Last 30 days, 44%. Last 7 days, up 2.36%. Wow. So you can see, let's look at it. Look at the volume coming in. Let's look at this year. So you can see you've pretty much been stable. We have had jumps 110, 106, and they do have a mechanism in store for in order to keep it from going too wild of swings or being too volatile, and keeping itself pegged pretty much to the equivalent of a US dollar. We may be getting into that. Yes, we will. We will be getting into that. In fact. Let me see. These are all the exchanges, I guess it's on. Let me see. Market, ETH, LTC, yada, yada, yada. So that's Fat BTC, Hit BTC, Bit Inca, Ethernex. Let's see, a couple of other. But this is the coin that's created when you do a CDP on the Maker platform. So moving right along, and it's unlike Tether, USDC, Paxos, which are coins that are pegged to the dollar, but are also supposed to be backed up by a dollar in a reserve. So essentially, or initially, you're supposed to be able to return or turn in one USDT or one Federal Reserve note or one United States dollar because it's supposedly backed by the dollar, meaning it's not pegged to it to whereas it's just the same price. It's actually supposed to be backed by X amount of dollars in the reserve. Now, when we look at Day and what Day may be backed by, it's actually something totally different. The Day coin is, in all actuality, it's backed by the amount of collateral that is already held within the MakerDao system. So you're backing it by the collateral that you're placing in there. Moving right along, currently down 5.39% from its recent peak. MKR has still excelled over the month as it continued higher than the previous month's peaks, a sign that the bearish market structure is beginning to falter. Maker tokens are created or destroyed depending on certain price fluctuations of the Day coin in order to keep it as close to $1 as possible. The platform has been incredibly successful throughout the crypto bear market, with about 2% of all Ethereum now locked in MakerDao loans. I'm going to say that again. 2% of all the Ethereum available in the world is locked into these loans. I might give you a look at that during this video, or I might save it for the follow-up video that's coming on next, which is what did I name it? What did I title it? Oh, sovereign. What was it? Sovereign aspects to the blockchain, banking the unbanked. Where I'm going to be going over not only MakerDao, but another platform that can works in conjunction with MakerDao. Well, no, not really. It can though. Also, they're both available on the Trust Wallet, built-in dApps, which are decentralized applications. So, but yeah, that was just a quick story from CoinDesk as far as, you know, the gains that MakerDao has been seeing. Now, I found on hackernoon.com, in my opinion, this was released February 12th. I wonder if this is 2018 or what is this, February 12th, 2018 to 2017. Okay. No. Nope, because they're speaking on April of 2018. So this is a fairly new report. Okay, so it's looking at the overview of MakerDao. I'm going to allow this pretty much to set the basis of the explanation of what's going on with MakerDao. So this piece provides an overview, MakerDao, including how it functions and what long-term potential it may have. Okay, so they may have everything in here. I may not have to do too much. MakerDao, also known as Maker, is a crypto collateralized stablecoin that uses a two-token system comprised of Day, which targets a value of $1 per unit, and Maker, which is used to pay fees on Day loans and grants governance input via voting on Maker's policies, like the collateral ratio required on loans and the amount of fees charged on loans. All right, so we break that down what we just went over for those that may be new to this space. So MakerDao is a currency that has a protocol which allows you to create Day tokens when you place Ethereum into a loan. And I'm gonna get into that when we go into banking the unbanked. And the actual coin, right, the one that's available, go back to it. For the holders of the actual MKR coin, you are given the advantage. I don't even want to use advantage. You're given the privilege of coming together with other individuals that hold the coin as a collective, as a consensus, excuse me. And you make decisions as far as where the platform is going, which direction you're going to go. They gave you a couple of examples. Let me see. So they grants governance input, which means your decision making, voting on Maker's policies, like the collateral ratio required on loans, meaning how much you have to put in and how much you can get out, the amount of fees and the amount of fees charged on loans. You know what I'm saying? So it's decisions like that that holding the coin allows you to be a part of. Maker has a fixed maximum supply, and when it is used to repay loan fees, it is burned, thereby reducing the circulating supply. Wow. To keep the price of a unit of day at $1, Maker, and when they say burn, that means they essentially do away with it. So, I mean, much like the United States, just much like the United States Corporation and the Federal Reserve, when there are old notes, bank notes, Federal Reserve notes, the dollar, cash, you know that they do burn money, right? Money that's out of circulation, whatever the case may be, they burn it. In fact, let me see. Let's see. There we go. Federal Reserve burning money. One of the tasks of the Federal Reserve is to take old currency out of circulation and destroy it. The shredded remains used to go to landfills, but thanks to a relatively recent program, most of the money is being recycled. In Los Angeles, it turned into electricity. Wow, interesting. I didn't know that. But much like they burned the United States dollar, within this new money matrix, they do the exact same thing with a lot of these tokens. They are burned in order to keep circulation down. All right, for greater context on stablecoins as a category and the different approaches taken by projects, he does have a link. I may use that at a later date as a segue where he goes into just, I guess, an explanation of stablecoins. Now, how MakerDao works. As described in the MakerDao white paper, Maker is a smart contract platform on Ethereum, which is another main cryptocurrency, which has what they call a virtual machine. And on Ethereum, you're able to create what is called smart contracts. An example of a smart contract in the physical world would be a vending machine, whereas a vending machine has an item. You want the item. It's very simple. There's very simple coding that goes into it. You place the correct amount of change or monies that the item is selling for. You pick the identification number of the item via the machine. And once you insert the correct amount of change or monies, the item is then released to you. So it's a if this then that type of protocol. That's what a smart contract is. If this is done, then that will be the result. So there's a smart contract platform on Ethereum that backs and stabilizes the value of the day through a dynamic system of collateralized debt positions, autonomous feedback mechanisms, and appropriately incentivized external actors. This piece will examine each of these components in greater detail, but the takeaway is that Maker allows anyone to use Ethereum as collateral to generate as an asset that is by a should I actually use this full overview? In fact, that is what I'm going to do. You know what? Because right now, what I really want to go through more so is just the coin and sort of get into the logistics of the platform and how it's utilized. But I really, really want to save some of this for my build on banking the unbanked. So I'm going to save for the coming this live, okay? Right here, okay? Maker real quick. And let's information the platform. Maker, realizing the potential of the blockchain. Maker is comprised of a stable coin, collateral loans, and decentralized governance. Freedom from volatility. They stands to transform the financial industry by creating a stable and decentralized currency that will allow businesses once only for the select few are now open to all. Maker is an open platform with equal access to high quality financial services, including everyone. They have a resilient stablecoin. They is an asset-backed hard currency for the 21st century. Is the stable value and restriction. Borrow on your own to gain additional liquidity from assets that you can lend yourself. A secure and stable form of money. This is what I'm talking about. Banking way of moving into the future within this new money matrix. Increase exposure. By opening a collateralized debt position, individuals can increase their exposure to an underlying asset in margin and influence through ownership. As a governance token, MKR holders, excuse me, have the responsibility of making risk-based decisions that will influence the future health of the system. And you can join, got a couple of links down here. And that is introducing the new CD portal collateral guide. That's exactly what we're going to be looking at. Let me see, decreasing the stability, a new oasis, stable coins, use cases. Let me see what they got over here. Currency. Okay, so yeah, coin real quick. Speaking on global currency, cryptocurrency volatility inhibits large-scale merchant and consumption adoption. There can be no denying. Stable coins designed to address this issue of volatility act as a bridge between cryptocurrencies. A stable digital could become a global medium of exchange. An explication in emerging markets experiencing debilitating levels of economic crisis, such as Argentina and Venezuela. While it's true that stablecoins primarily see use from traders seeking to close, a compelling stablecoin offers near instant settlements beyond cryptocurrency markets and makes global transactions cheaper. MakerDao leads the way. Without a doubt, MakerDao is a stablecoin project most focused on business partnerships, has a plan for adoption, and understands its key demographic. More importantly, MakerDao is executing its plan. Let me see. MakerDao partners with Ripio to bring DAO to South America via fiat on and off ramp. Wow, they're actually able to exchange fiat for day and day for fiat. South America is a natural and strong fit for Day, where remittances plays a large role in local economies across the region. Day allows for the sending of money across borders without price volatility, censorship, or delays. Not only that, but the interest rate for personal loans in Argentina is prohibitive, making DAO an excellent choice for lending. MakerDao and Wire give business intermediate access to DAO stablecoin in over 30 countries. Pairing with Day to WOW's trading engine and global fiat on-ramps and off-ramps enable nearly instant movement of funds across borders. By decreasing the amount of time it takes to clear payments, businesses can increase the number of payment cycles and increase revenue. Family, for those that may just be coming into this space, coming into this market, maybe new to the cryptocurrency thing, I want to tell everyone that this is way bigger than just buying and selling these coins. I want everyone to realize that this is the future of economic structures, the financial industry, the monetary system as we know it. The banking system is being changed as we know it. So for those just getting into the system, I want you to really, really, really realize that you want to learn this system. Don't just come in initially fueled by greed and what you may be able to make off of buying and selling tokens. I want you to realize that in the long run, this is going to be the way that we're transacting. So comprehension levels of this system is more so, in my opinion, more important than being able to check a dollar off of it. Decentralized financial services. Currently, institutional arrangements constrain access to capital markets. Financial market transactions generate friction and transaction costs are scale sensitive, with information costs considered to be the most important component of these costs. MakerDao seeks to support small businesses with the formation of new capital markets and applications for decentralized finance on the blockchain, such as fair lending and derivatives markets. Not only that, but decentralized stablecoins such as Day reduce the cost of supply chain and international trade by eliminating the middleman that charge fees for ensuring safe transactions, lending stable capital, and brokering cross-border initiatives. Tradeshift and MakerDao leverage blockchain to democratize access to financing for the world's small businesses. The trade receivables market has a very tight margin, which leaves no room for volatile digital currency as an instrument for settlement. The partnership between MakerDao and Tradeshift establishes a supply chain liquidity marketplace for businesses, developers, and investors. Anytime you see the word liquidity, family, that means how much moving money they have. In fact, let's look at a definition of liquidity or liquid. Investopedia, for those that don't know, Investopedia is a very, very, very well-known and well-used platform that gives you definitions to many, many financial terms. Okay, so liquidity describes the degree to which an asset or security can be quickly bought or sold in the market without affecting the asset's price. Market liquidity refers to the extent to which a market, such as a country's stock market or a city's real estate market, allows assets to be bought and sold at stable prices. What does liquidity mean in finance? Definition of liquidity: cash, cash equivalents, and other assets, liquid assets that can be easily converted into cash. In the case of market, a stock or a commodity, the extent to which there are sufficient buyers and sellers to ensure that a few buy or sell orders would not move prices very much. So you're looking for high liquidity, especially when you're looking at markets to utilize as far as trading. You want to go where there's high liquidity. Low liquidity means that the market is more easily to be manipulated. Let me see. So let's see. What was that? Let me see. Do they have white paper, the CDP portal? Now, this right here is what we're going to be going over and looking at. This is what we're going to be looking at next when we move actually into the use case of DAO and the advantages of utilizing it. And now, in order to use DAO or MakerDao, depending on if you're using laptop or if you're using a mobile device, you are going to need a Ethereum compatible wallet. On the laptop, you can use MetaMask, which is what I suggest. You can also use Tether and Ledger Nano S and get parity. Not familiar with this, but MetaMask is a built-in extension, especially on the Chrome. And you're able to utilize that. Now, if you're using a mobile device, my suggestion is to download the Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet comes in very, very, very handy. And you're able to do everything straight from the wallet, straight from the Trust Wallet. You don't have to open up any extra pages, any extra browsers, anything. That Trust Wallet actually has a built-in Web3 browser. Once again, a built-in web, not the internet that your average Joe is on using Google or whatever the case may be. This is Web3. This is the Ethereum-based internet. So let me see. Is there anything else? Let me see. Coming up. Primer on DAO. Maker for Dummies. Let's see what Maker for Dummies says. Let's see. Maker for Dummies, a plain English explanation of the day stablecoin. This is an 11-minute read. I may read this real quick. I may read this, and that way this will segue into the next video. So yeah, I may go through this real quick. Let's run through this, and this is a segue into the very next video. All right, so the summary: DAO or day, is $1. Maker keeps day at $1 using a system of collateral and price fees. This collateral is carefully managed by the Maker token holders. That's the governance system. Maker holders act as a buyer of last resort. Smart contracts are blockchain magic. Global settlement provides a final layer of safety. You need stable coins to realize the full potential of blockchain technology, and Maker also provides decentralized leverage, which is awesome. I need to get on some of these platforms to start being able to write them. Now, this right here is from 2017. Wow. So damn near 2 years old. Let's see how on point it is. Most common response when someone asks about the Maker project is, well, it looks cool, but it's too complicated and I don't get it. The following seeks to simplify how Maker works and to walk you through the system in an ELI5 fashion, whatever that is. I'm even going to write things like, oh, explain it like I'm 5. Oh, okay, I like that. ELI5, I like that. Because that's how basic things are going to go. So this is your parents' Maker tutorial. If you're looking for more details, technical explanations, or just fresh out of books written in high school, I recommend the purple paper. Okay. So what product does DAO Maker make, or does Maker make? Rather than focus on what Maker is, the explanation focuses on the first product of the Maker organization. This product is called Day. Day is a type of stablecoin. The concept of a stablecoin is fairly straightforward. It's a token like Bitcoin and Ether that exists on the blockchain. But unlike Bitcoin or Ether, it has no volatility. How can something have no volatility? Volatility is relative. Well, the asset that Day is trying to be stable relative to is the US dollar. So to summarize, 1 day equals $1. And Day is set to be the first working consumer grade stablecoin. If this is 2 years old, that means when they wrote this, they didn't see the possibilities of where we're at now. But aren't there already stablecoins? Yes and no. You're most likely familiar with stablecoins that hold USD in bank accounts and issue tokens on a blockchain that are backed by these dollars. I call this legally backed crypto or an IOU coin, because if the bank's account should never, because if those bank accounts should ever be frozen, or if the accounts defrauded token holders, the stable coin now becomes an IOU on whatever is left when they eventually get the bank account back, if they ever regain the bank accounts. And that's basically what the United States dollar is, an IOU, because it's not backed by anything. You cannot go and redeem the United States dollar for anything of value. Relying on the legal system to maintain crypto token inserts on reliable middleman into the blockchain. MakerDao is a stable coin that lives completely on the blockchain with its stability unmediated by the legal system or trusted counterparties. What is a counterparty? A counterparty is pretty much a middleman, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look to make sure I'm on point. Counterparty. I'm pretty okay. Counterparty is the other party that participates in a final transaction, and every transaction must have a counterparty in order for the transaction to go through. More specifically, every buyer of an asset must be paired up with a seller who is willing to sell, and vice versa. Okay, so right now we don't have the use of counterparties. You know what I mean? Let's move on. That's interesting. Okay, let me see. What was I just reading from? Here we go. Stablecoins are what allow us to fully realize the promise of blockchain technology, an application which requires a low threshold of volatility to be viable on a blockchain. Consumer loans, for example, simply cannot be denominated in a currency which fluctuates 10 to 20% in a day, like Bitcoin and Ether. If you're using Bitcoin to send a remittance from one country to another, there's a good chance that the price movement over the period of one block confirmation, how long it takes for the blockchain to include your transaction, will be larger than the fees charged by Western Union or PayPal. If you're betting on the outcome of a presidential election on Augur and the election isn't for 6 months, you don't want to denominate that bet in Ether. Most importantly, stablecoins allow decentralized exchanges, an exchange without a trusted intermediary where users always maintain full custody of their funds, to denominate trading pairs in US dollars instead of Bitcoin or Ether. This makes crypto trading more accessible to the average person and puts high-profile hacks like that of Mt. Gox and Bitfinex behind us for good. Let me see. Let me see if I got any questions or comments so far. I have been forgetting to check my chat, just in case I do have individuals tuning in. Let me see. I see we do have a couple of people watching. Who do we got checking in, family? If you choose to, you can go ahead and state your name. Do a roll call. Let me know where you're checking in from, be it a state, within the states, outside the state, outside the country. So if anybody does want to check in, you go ahead and let me know who's checking in with me. And if you got any questions or comments, don't hesitate to ask. Family, I'm here to help you all comprehend what's going on in this new money matrix. So if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, okay? Let's see, what are we looking at over here? Okay, so we're still going down, still in a nice downtrend. Let's see what's going on. Okay, Maker bouncing and coming. Okay, we're still looking good over here. We're still looking good over here. So, DAO stablecoin. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Okay, this is going to be the most challenging part of this tutorial. To understand how Maker creates its stability for DAO token requires a bit of background about blockchains and specifically Ethereum. I'll put some quick definitions next to the words you may not understand. If you do have this foreknowledge, that's great. You're going to love the elegance of the Maker system. Let's begin. If you're simply a consumer, you do not need to understand the following explanation outside of your own curiosity. If you just want to buy day, you'll be able to trade it for dollars, won, Bitcoin, Ether, and other currencies on a variety of exchanges. Let me see, DAO. DAO is backed by collateral. Collateral is, okay, we'll look at it like this. When you go to the bank and you put up either your vehicle, your house, or something of value up as leverage, and the bank gives you a loan in the form of Federal Reserve notes, that which you put in the bank is your collateral. So DAI is backed by the collateral, which is Ether. So your dollars, even though they're not really backed by anything, if you do a loan, your dollars are backed by the collateral which you put into the bank, being the title of your vehicle or the deed to your house. So right here, we're simply looking at the same thing, whereas in order for you to loan yourself funds, all you have to do is put collateral in the bank, which is you, and then pull capital or principal off or interest off of that loan or off that collateral. Your first move would be to send your Ether to a collateralized debt position known in shorthand as a CDP. A CDP is a type of software that runs on the blockchain. In this case, the Ethereum blockchain, with and lives within the Maker ecosystem. This software is called a smart contract, but don't overthink that too much. The basis for the Maker ecosystem, the entire Maker ecosystem is built on smart contracts, like the CDP, smart contract mentioned above. A blockchain lets you do things by yourself where you used to need a middleman. Much like the internet lets you share information with the middleman, blockchain lets you share value without a middleman. Bitcoin was the first network to put this concept to use. Its core premise being that you can send Bitcoin from point A to point B without having to trust anyone but yourself. All trust is vested in the blockchain, which isn't controlled by anyone. Ethereum took this concept a step further and allowed users to add instructions to those transfers. That's how the smart contract was born. Now, you may say, send my Ethereum from point A to point B on this date at this time with these specific instructions. Smart contract. Now, how does Maker use smart contracts to create stablecoins? And I'm thinking, should I save this? I may save this one for the banking, for the one to follow also. Nah, I'll run through this one. That way it is set up a basis for what we're going to be going into. In summary, CDPs, wait, no, hold on. What did I leave off at? Okay, the core smart contract at Maker is a CDP. Let's use an analogy to describe these. Pretend you are at a bank asking for a home equity loan. Man, I do want to save this. I do want to save this for the next one. Stuck at a standstill. Yeah, I think I'm going to utilize, let me see, which one may be better. This one was released a couple of days ago. Trying to see which one I want to use. I want to use Maker for Dummies in order to explain what I'm going to be going into following this. What happens if the value of Ether goes down? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna let this be the explanation as far as the banking prospects of DAO go within the next build that I'm gonna be doing, family. So man, I hate to cut this off in the middle though. I mean, pretty much, like I said, I really wanted this just to be the prelude of what's to come with banking the unbanked, where I go over DAO and the compound ecosystem. So I guess I just wanted this to be the introduction. So once again, this is the Maker of the coin. It's trading at $650 right now. This coin is used as a governance token, meaning the holders of this coin govern the decision making of the DAO or the MakerDao ecosystem itself. That is the whole point of this token. Now, the platform itself allows you to collateralize Ethereum and pull loans out in the form of DAI in order to utilize and have, usable funds for whatever you may need them for. And then it gives you an amount of, or not even an amount of time. It allows you to pay back that loan on your own time in accordance with, the price of the collateral that you placed in there, as far as the price doesn't retrace too much, whereas it will liquidate or end your position. So I'm gonna end this introduction of Maker with this. MakerDao is at the forefront of decentralizing the banking system as we know it. This platform, I mean, there's a couple of other loan services. Salt gives loan services. What else is there? I think Vertasium. I might be wrong about Vertasium, but I know Salt is one of the main ones that came out maybe a year or two ago that was allowing individuals to pull loans off of cryptocurrency. I like Maker more so because everything is done utilizing cryptocurrency. So I'll be like I said, I'll be coming back. We'll be going live at 9 p.m. tonight, Chicago time, 9 p.m. tonight, Chicago time, Central time. And I will be covering the Maker platform, how it works, how you utilize it, right? In fact, let me see. I guess I can. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me run through this. I'm gonna run through this, and then we'll use the next one as far as breaking everything down pretty more so. So I'm gonna use the Hacker Noon review as a like I say, as a basis to build a foundation on before we get into the next one. Because I really don't want to end the video or the podcast just like that. You know what I mean? Gonna need that complete startup class though, a reference to one of your previous videos. Can we get to where you are by next year? Definitely. I mean, let me not say definitely. It depends on the amount of dedication that you put into learning this new system. That's what it's going to depend on, family. Okay, that's what it's going to depend on. So I'm gonna run through this real quick. And like I said, if anyone is watching this that wants more in depth of how to utilize this platform, definitely. Brother Dustin, what's going on? My homie Dustin. What's going on, fam? Hey, Dustin, I need to holler at you, bro. It's a lot going on in this system. I definitely need to holler at you. Text my number. Nah, you know what? I do have a new number. Email me, brother Dustin. You got my email. Email me your number because I got a new phone, new number. Email me your contact information so I can hit you. All right. But I'm gonna finish up with this presentation before I go into the next one. So, yada yada yada. We went through that. I'll start it over. So, how does MakerDao work? MakerDao is a smart contract platform on Ethereum that backs and stabilizes the value of DAI through a dynamic system of collateralized debt positions, autonomous feedback mechanisms, and appropriately incentivized external actors. In fact, let me let y'all know, if anyone is tuning in right now, please know I do not come from any type of financial background. I have no such degrees in anything financial, economic, or anything from school. I learned the system. I learned finances. I learned economic structures. I learned monetary system. I learned the banking system 100% on my own. I am 100% self-taught. I myself did not pay for any type of courses. I myself did not pay for any type of books. I myself did not take any type of consultations in order to learn what I'm doing now. What I did was took a year and a half out of my life, sat in front of a computer, and I rarely went out. I totally really left my social life alone because I knew to the degree of the importance of learning this system was going to be, not just for me, because I don't live for the now, I live for the future. Not just for me, but for my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and my great-great-grandchildren. I'm looking at cryptocurrency. I'm not looking at today. I'm not looking at tomorrow. I'm not looking, is Bitcoin going to go to 20,000 so I can cash out and buy a Lamborghini or a mansion or any of that bullshit. I'm looking at the next 5 to 10, 50 to 100 years with cryptocurrency. That is my outlook. That's what I'm preparing myself for. Not, like I said, 50 to 100 years, I'm not preparing for me. I'm preparing for my generation, my bloodline. So, let me see. So you utilize, okay, so Maker is a smart contract. And it utilizes Ethereum, which is used as collateral. You place Ethereum into a bank, which is your bank. You are the bank. You're placing Ethereum into, we'll say, I don't want to call it a trust account. We'll say into a banking account that allows you to, or a collateralized loan. We'll use a collateralized loan. You're collateralizing your own collateral, being Ethereum, and pulling a loan off of that collateral to yourself. You have no one to pay back but yourself. Now, when you put the collateral of Ethereum into this loan, what you are releasing or are you utilizing or being able to use in the form of money is DAI. You put in Ethereum, you get out DAI. You putting that Ethereum and releasing DAI is called a CDP, or a collateralized debt position, because you have positioned your debt. You have collateralized debt and put yourself in a position to pull principal off of that. Once DAI is generated, it can be used like any other cryptocurrency. It can be freely sent to others or used as payments for business purposes. CDPs are a fundamental part of Maker and allow for collateral to be held in a smart DAI. CDPs require collateral in excess of the value of DAI borrowed and also determine the term for interest to be paid on top of the returning DAO. To initiate a loan, a user takes the following steps. A user sends a transaction to Maker to create a CDP. Then the user sends another transaction to fund the CDP with collateral. Once again, a user sends a transaction to Maker to create a CDP. Then the user sends another transaction to fund the CDP with collateral. Next, a user sends a transaction to retrieve the desired amount of DAI for the CDP, and the CDP records the debt initiated and locks access to the collateral until the debt is repaid. So the DAI that you're taking out, that is the debt. The ether that you put in, that is the collateral. The loan that you have now is the position that you put yourself in, or having to pay back that loan is a position that you now put yourself in. Hence the name collateralized debt position. Next, to retrieve the collateral, a user must repay the borrowed DAI plus a stability fee, which can be considered interest on the borrowed DAI. The stability fee can only be paid in MKR, and everything is done automatically. Once the day is repaid along with the stability fee, the user can retrieve the collateral by sending a last transaction to Maker. Collateral options. For now, CDPs can only be collateralized with Ether. To stake Ether, users send an amount to a smart contract that holds on contributed Ether and retrieves pool Ether, which is PETH, in return, which represents a proportional claim on a share of the pool contribution. This arrangement of pooling this arrangement of pooling contributions will become relevant later when examining how Maker deals with sudden market crashes. In the future, it will be possible to collateralize CDPs with other assets to create multi-collateralized CDPs. Meaning, in the future, you'll be able to use Bitcoin, we're already using Ethereum, possibly Ripple, EOS. What did I hear they were going to be using? I think it was, what is it? What is it called? I can't think of the other coin they said that they're definitely going to be utilizing. Let me see, stabilizing the price of Day. Day is targeted to be a price of $1 USD, the target price. The target price is used to find the collateral to debt ratio of a CDP and to determine the value of collateralized assets Day holders received in the event of a global settlement scenario, which will be explained in the next section. The price of Day is maintained by the target rate feedback mechanism, or TRFM. TFRM modifies the target rate in order to incentivize actors to move the market price of DAO towards the target price. The price of the TRFM can be seen in the following scenario. So they're going to break down exactly how this works. The price of Day is $1. The TFRM is not engaged, and the target price and target rate stay the same. DAI price below $1. The target rate increases, which causes the target rate price to increase at a higher rate, which causes generation of DAI or Day with CDPs to become more expensive. To increase, or the increased target rate causes the capital gains from holding Day to increase, leading to a corresponding increase in demand for Day. The combination of reduced supply and increased demand causes the Day market price to increase, pushing it back towards the target price. Day price. So basically, when it goes below $1, they are showing individuals, or I mean, individuals can see that, holy shit, Day's under $1. Let me snatch something up before it goes back to $1, which then levels off that target rate. Now, DAO goes over $1, the target rate decreases, which increases demand for generating DAI and decreases demand for holding it. Basically, when the price of DAO goes up, individuals want to cash out. So you don't want to hodl it, more so get rid of it. This causes the DAI marketplace to fall, pushing it towards the target price. Maker has a sensitivity parameter that determines the magnitude of the change in the target rate in response to a dislocation in the market price and target price for the day. Global settlement. In the event that the TRFM is unable to stabilize the price of Day, global settlement offers a backstop guarantee of the target price for Day holders. Global settlement refers to an unwinding of the market Maker platform and can be triggered via a vote by Maker holders. That's the governance. That's the governance program of those that hold Maker. The global settlement function can be activated by a vote by designated members as selected by Maker governance. The global settlement function stops CDP creation and halts the price feed at a fixed value, which is used to process proportional claims. Global settlement claims are processed, and Day and CDP holders are able to claim a fixed amount of Ethereum. You see the risk management, treatment of risky CPs. Okay. The safety of MakerDao is a function of a variety of inputs and thresholds that can be modified by Maker holders. Holders of Maker token can vote to do the following: add a new CDP type, meaning if we want new collateral, new assets to be collateralized, you would vote. Those that hold the Maker can vote on that. Modify existing CDP types, modify the sensitivity parameter, modify the target rate, choose a set of trusted oracles, modify price fee sensitivity, and choose a set of global settlers. These holders can also vote on a variety of risk parameters: the debt ceiling, or the maximum amount of debt that can be created by a single CDP, the liquidation ratio, or the collateral to debt ratio at which a CDP becomes vulnerable to liquidation, a stability fee, an annual percentage fee paid by every CDP, excuse me,
penalty ratio, the maximum amount of day raised from a liquidation auction that is used to buy and remove Maker from the supply. The treatment of risky CDPs. The CDP can be automatically liquidated if the collateral to debt ratio reaches the liquidation ratio. In the event that the CDP is automatically liquidated, the Maker platform will buy the collateral of CDP and sell it off. I wonder who can buy these, because I would like to buy some. Maker statistics. Maker launched in mid-December 2017, and it has grown significantly since then. The Maker tools provides great overview statistics. What we're looking at is the supply of day, and you can see I'm talking about beautiful. So the amount of day being supplied is just rising and rising and rising, as well as you can see the market cap. This is the amount, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no, this is the supply. This right here going up, this right here, this is the supply. This is Ethereum's price right here, this purple line going down. And this right here is the burned tokens versus the minted tokens. So in conclusion, Maker is an exciting project that is gaining momentum quickly. 2019, Maker plans to transition from only supporting single collateral CDPs backed by Ethereum to the ability to support multi-collateral CDPs backed by other assets. As usual, for governance issues related to Maker, holders of Maker token will be able to vote on which new assets should be approved for use within multi-collateral DAI. While the project is still in the early stages of development, its ambitions are bold. One of the project's stated potential use cases is to serve as a global currency that is accessible by anyone, anywhere. So, family, that was just a quick overview of the Maker coin, the platform, and what's going on over there, CDPs and such, the day token. For those that are watching, stay tuned. In about 15 to 20 minutes, I'll be coming back live with a follow-up of my show entitled, or episode, however you want to look at it, entitled Sovereign Aspects of the Blockchain, Banking the Unbanked. Because what they allow you to do is truly move in a private and sovereign like capacity, where you're not dependent on Big Brother or middleman. So definitely stay tuned for that. I hope that this was in some way helpful. I hope it wasn't too complicated, though I do think for someone just getting into the market or maybe new to cryptocurrency and this blockchain, it may be a little bit over their head. So I'm going to try my best in the next video to oversimplify things. Okay, family? Until the next video, until the next podcast, this is Amir, the Chicago Crypto Hustler, Bitcoin Block Bully, representing Cryptonomic Consultations, Chicago Crypto Hustler YouTube page, Cryptonomic Consult YouTube page, and the New Money Matrix podcast. To the next video, to the next podcast. Peace, power, and prosperity, family. I am out of here.